real important right now, and you know, they'll just do all they can do, and may the best man win. Good luck. Thanks.
Bill Elliott's car being pushed to the garage, engine problems, terminal.
So that's two of the Ray Evernham cars that has fell out of the race with the engine problems.
I got to give a call to my little brother, guys. He's up there in 8th place, and he's had a whale of a good day too here at Pocono.
Jeff Gordon 9th. Rusty Wallace rounds the top 10. We've started the day talking about silly season. Ricky Rudd's contract expires as we have a look at Michael Waltrip, whose contract is also up the end of this year. Mark Martin making the move on Sterling Marlin, so we'll get back to that in a second. This is for 4th place.
And again, remember, Mark has 4 tires. Sterling has 2 tires. It's really starting to take over here after about 15 laps on this run.
But what you saw there was Sterling backing out the throttle just a teeny bit and letting Mark get by because he didn't want to race him off in the corner. Cost both of them a bunch of time.
Now, Ricky Rudd has asked Robert Yates for a deadline of June 15th for him to decide on next year. Larry, if he had to decide today,
I would say they may have signed the contract on the last pit stops. That may be one reason he fell back a few positions.
Yeah. Driver happy, signed contract.
15 laps to go in the Pocono 500 on Fox, presented by Subway. Stick around for the finish. 12 laps to go in Pennsylvania, and we're going to have 2 good battles. This is the first of them for the lead. Dale Jarrett is picking up a 1/10 or 2/10 of a second every lap on leader Ricky Rudd. And back at 7th place, Jeff Gordon is doing the same on Tony Stewart for 7th.
And 12 laps here is about 12 minutes. So Rudd's got to sit there for about 12 minutes and wonder if that 88's going to catch him. And I got bad news for him. He's going to catch him. I don't know if he's going to get by him or not. And the 24 car's been on a tear, too.
Moments ago, Jeff Burton pulling up to get a little draft off Bobby Hamilton, who goes left as Burton was going left.
And boy, what you have here, you have the 99 with no tires, the 40 with 2 tires, the 48 with 4 tires. And the reason Bobby Hamilton was so slow there, he went down a cylinder, started running on 7 cylinders a few laps to go into 55.
Jeff Gordon has passed Tony Stewart. That's for 7th place. Gordon pulling away.
Gordon restarted in like 15, 16 spot. Those 4 tires and the adjustments they made on that car, I mean, he has been on a tear.
He could use another caution, Darrell. He's about 11 seconds behind our leader, Ricky Rudd, right now.
He's got no chance of winning, but at this point anyway. But I'm sure he's kicking himself right now for what happened coming into the pits, because he's got a car capable of winning this race.
Our 3-point leaders all in the top 7 positions. Sterling Marlin, who leads in the points, is 5th. Jimmy Johnson is 4th. Jeff Gordon is 7th. There won't be a lot of change in the point margins leaving here, though Matt Kenseth had problems, went behind the wall. He came in here 4th in points, and he'll lose some ground.
And the Jeff Gordon that we've seen year in and year out here for the last several years, that was almost flawless, spun out leading the race at Bristol all by himself, comes in the pit lane today all by himself and spins out on pit road. So, you know, I think people have a right to question about, you know, what's going on with the 24 car.
See Ricky Rudd doing that little bit of snake down the Long Pond straightaway there, trying to break the draft. Darrell, it's almost like 1 lap. Ricky runs a little quicker. 1 lap, Dale Jarrett in 88 runs a little quicker. You're looking at a Dale Jarrett's car. Now, Dale has 2 wins here. This right here, this is a battle for 12 between Ricky Craven in the 32 and Dale Earnhardt Jr. in the 8 car.
Well, this track, you know, we talked about it early on. It's real hitting your mark sensitive. You got to hit your marks to get around all 3 of these turns just right. And if you miss it a little bit, the guy behind you closes. Man, I tell you, Jarrett really closed up that time.
And Robbie Gordon in the 31, he's trying to figure out which one of these guys going to make the pass. Neither one of them going to make the 3-wide here.
Oh, boy.
Toward the turn 3. But he drove it in so deep, he couldn't stay in it.
And that's a Robbie Gordon that maybe a year ago or maybe even earlier this year would have forced the issue. But he really used good judgment there. He gave Ricky Craven a break. Going to help both of them.
Robbie Gordon has really matured this season as a Winston Cup driver. He's always had a lot of talent. Now he's got the maturity to go with it.
I believe that.
And right behind him, there's another good run for Kyle Petty, that 45 car. Of course, he has 1 win here, and he just keeps getting better as this year goes on.
Kyle says this is our zone right now, 11th to 20th place. We're right in that zone. Right now he's placed 15th. As Craven drops to the inside on Earnhardt Jr., Kyle is right there.
Yeah, see, when you set goals like that and they're not unrealistic, then you leave a racetrack feeling good about what you've done. If you come here and say we're going to win the race and you haven't even been close, then you're going to go home very disappointed.
Craven got the run on the inside, getting into turn 2, but he just couldn't complete it. Dale Earnhardt Jr. kept the momentum, and right here, looking out of Casey Atwood, he's there on the lead lap racing these guys. He's back there in 16th position. He had a good run at Dover last week.
Yeah, and your buddy, Tony Furr has done a really good job of turning that program around.
This is a 6-car battle for 12th place. You got Atwood there and Todd Bodine behind him. 2 by 2 and off into the corner.
Jarrett seems to really...
Whoa! Craven got up in front of Robbie Gordon. Got pretty sideways there.
And he lost all those positions. Now, the car that's coming by him now, Jeff Green in the 30. Remember, he has a brake problem. He's a lot of laps down.
He looks like he might have a problem. I don't know if there's anything wrong with the car. He might have a problem.
Yeah, restart by heart after that.
It.
Clear.
Uh-oh, the 31 car's got a problem now. 31 car's slowing, Larry, it looks like, over here coming into turn 3.
Yeah, a bunch of cars going by.
I think he's got a tire down.
Piston rubber all over the place.
Yeah, left front.
Good. He got a tire down. Right here. Come in now or stay out?
Woo, woo, Bud.
You know, maybe Robbie Gordon has a tire problem from that bump right there with Ricky Craven.
I think that's exactly what happened.
Now, they're going to the left side.
Yeah, I think he cut down a left front, Larry, and it was the right front where the contact was. He fires out of the pits. Here comes the leader. Going to put him a lap down, Dick Burnout.
Great burnout.
Ricky Rudd is concerned about the possibility of a right rear going down, Mike. He just said right rear going down. This crew is on red alert down here. They're saying be careful.
Yeah, he's got a problem. Definitely got a tire down. Definitely got something wrong.
He lost a half a second there. You see Dale Jarrett, his teammate, right up behind him. Remember, it looked like he had the car to beat last week and had that left rear tire loose.
He had his hand out the window there for a second. I'm not sure exactly if he was trying to motion Jarrett by or not. I think he's trying to tell him he thinks he has a problem.
For the lead. Dale Jarrett edges in front of his teammate.
That paper you see going out the window, that's that contract
that
we're talking about.
The last pit stop. Yeah.
And right now, he's about 4 seconds ahead of third place Mark Martin. So I'm sure what Ricky Rudd's going to try to do is make sure he has a problem. You know, he'd rather try to sit out there and make sure and nurse it home to second than come to pit road and lose all those positions.
And Fatback, he nailed it, didn't he, Fatback? You know, he said, I'm not going to celebrate until they hand me the trophy. There's definitely a problem on the 28, and if, you know, with 5 laps to go, I just don't see how he can nurse that thing home.
Well, Darrell, of course, winning is the goal. That's the object of every driver here. But knowing you're in contention to win and you've got a car capable of winning, that's got to give a driver a lift. But gosh, 2 weeks in a row for Ricky Rudd. Victory within his grasp, and he's not going to get it.
And I mean, just go a little further back to Richmond before the 2 weeks at Charlotte. I mean, it looked like he had that race won, and him and Rusty Wallace got together.
Yeah, they're running well. They're running certainly good enough to win. They just don't have any racing luck right now.
This was a battle for 12th right here. Casey Atwood, he's picked up 4 or 5 positions just in the last 3 or 4 laps.
And this is the last Evernham car in the race. The Ultra Evernham Motorsports, Jim Smith and Ray Evernham on this number 7 car.
You know, there's a lot of cars that has gotten underneath Dale Earnhardt Jr. getting in the corner, but Dale Earnhardt Jr.'s car's working pretty good in the second groove in all the corners and just can't complete the pass on him.
Hey, what a weekend for the Jarretts. Jason second yesterday in the ARCA race to Damon Lusk, the winner. And here's his father, Dale, who spotted for Jason yesterday from the top of the truck in the lead with 3.5 to go. Rusty Wallace, Michael Waltrip fighting for ninth.
Dave Blaney in the 77, the yellow car right there behind him, lurking to see what's going to happen between these two.
Boy, it never fails here. Things change so quickly the last few laps of this race here at Pocono. Engine failures, people that make good calls on their pit stops.
And the folks in the grandstand, they know nobody's left.
That's right.
And they're not standing up.
They're all standing up.
Mark Martin has just gotten by an ailing Ricky Rudd for second place. And here comes Jimmy Johnson.
3 laps to go. Right now, Mark Martin's about 3 3/4 seconds behind leader Dale Jarrett. Dale Jarrett just needs to make sure he hits his marks. He has a pretty clean racetrack in front of him. Just needs to make sure he don't get himself in trouble.
And more tire smoke from Ricky Rudd as he let off the gas for turn 1.
To be able to continue on like he is, Larry, I gotta think it's a left side tire, because if it was a right side tire, I think he would have had, I don't think he could have driven the car.
His lap times have fallen off about 3 seconds, Darrell, but that's still hauling the mail around here.
Yeah, I don't see anything down the left side. It looks clean. Tires all look okay. Maybe that right rear is getting soft.
3 to go. Make that 2 as Jarrett crosses the stripe.
Right now, 5th place Sterling Marlin's about 2.5 seconds behind Ricky Rudd.
And Jeff Gordon is all over the back of Sterling Marlin. Gordon has really done a great job of marching himself back to the top 5.
Yeah, he's going to get a top 5 finish out of this, Darrell, and he led the race early, led 30 laps, and then we counted him out.
Yeah, no, that unhooking the rear bar, that was a good call on the Robbie's part, got him back in right there. There's the 28.
Didn't make it. Yeah, he needed a caution, but he didn't intend on it being himself.
There's what's left of the tire. They'll get the white flag this time by.
We're still green, but I have to believe the caution will be thrown here.
The car is stopped.
Yeah, the caution and the white flag. So here's the race right here. Todd Bodine in the 26. Looks like his motor's expired. That's a Robert Yates engine.
Caution flag and the white. Dale Jarrett eases off the gas, and he'll just have to come around one slow lap to win it here in Pocono.
Mark Martin comes across the line in 2nd. Jimmy Johnson in 3rd. Sterling Marlin will beat Jeff Gordon back to the line for 4th.
Jeff Gordon 5th.
Still got to make it about 2 more miles, guys.
Yeah, because there's a car going down the back straightaway that's putting out a lot of smoke.
Todd Bodine. There won't be a mosquito left in Pennsylvania when he's done.
And he'll try to stay out there because he's still on the lead lap in 17th position.
Look at the veterans celebrating. Dale Jarrett and Mark Martin with a 1-2 finish here. And they'll make this last mile.
Absolutely.
This truck delivers.
And they know they have plenty of fuel. You know, I was mentioned earlier before we got some battles, Dale Jarrett has 2 wins here. The last one back in 1997, but his first win here in Pocono was in 1995 in the 28 car.
I'm telling you, what is the 28 team going to do? I mean, this is 3 races in a row.
One thing about it, the short chute over through turn 2, we won't have no problem with mosquitoes.
There goes Rudd. He got his car fired back up, and he's going around with the car torn up.
Yeah, Rudd is actually going to complete all 200 laps.
So there he goes. That right rear tire was the problem. Right rear tire was just getting soft, and it finally let go.
He's going to be in 18th place, assuming Todd Bodine makes it all the way around. So Ricky, he's not just out there for show. He could pick up a spot if Bodine's problems are, we know they're terminal, but if they prevent him from coming around under the caution. And Dale Jarrett will get his first June Pocono win. Hey, David Green, that sleepless night paid off. He's the spotter for the winning car today, as Dale Jarrett comes around behind the pace car for his 3rd Pocono win in his 31st start here and his first victory in the June race. Dale Jarrett wins the Pocono 500. Mark Martin finishes 2nd. Rookie Jimmy Johnson 3rd. Sterling Marlin and Jeff Gordon comes back for a top 5 finish.
I would say that is one happy group.
Waiting on the rest of the lead lap cars to see if Todd Bodine makes it around, and he does not. So Ricky Rudd, by firing that car and coming around, he actually picks up a spot and will finish 17th after being in the lead to win it with a handful of laps to go.